Militarily Speaking, Episode 1, Introducing Militarily Speaking.
This episode, we share why Militarily Speaking is the podcast showcasing who you are, introduce our host, preview upcoming topics, and play our inaugural trivia game, the Military Minute.
Welcome once again to Militarily Speaking. This is Tom McLean, and I am joined by my co-host, Jodi Vickery.
Hello.
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 Again, welcome to the show, brought to you by Armed Forces Bank. We're excited to have you listening. You know, Jodi, there could not be a better time of year to launch our new podcast, Militarily Speaking. Get your calendars in order and buckle up, as these next 2 months are going to be all about the military. With April, we celebrate Month of the Military Child, centered around Purple Up Day on April 15th. And then Military Brats Day at the end of the month on April 30th. We'll take time here at Armed Forces Bank to honor the resiliency of the military child. We also are engaged in Military Saves Month in April. There is a lot to talk about and share with you, our listeners, about the power of establishing a great savings habit. Military Appreciation Month kicks off in May. That's going to be a great month, isn't it, Jodi?
It is. It's one of my favorites.
Me too. Special dates such as Military Spouse Appreciation Day, which is a couple days before Mother's Day. That's May 6th. Armed Forces Day later that month. And then we round out the month with Memorial Day to honor our veterans. What an awesome month. It's great to see military installations opening up around the country as we move past COVID-19 so that MWR, the exchanges, can host events and activities for service members and their families. It's nice to be able to get back outside in group gatherings. Spring is in the air. Baseball's back.
Not the Cubs.
Well, diehard Cubs fan. Are you a fan of baseball?
Go Royals.
Okay. By default, NBA, NHL playoffs, the Masters, the French Open, Wimbledon, graduation ceremonies, getting ready for family vacations, and enjoying better weather in the outdoors. It's just going to be a fun time, and it's a great time to be in the military.
Goodbye, winter. All right. So you might wonder why we're doing this podcast. What inspired us to put this out there in the stratosphere? Well, I would tell you, really, it's pretty simple. It's to help you and to help us navigate not only your finances, but this crazy thing called military life. It's just that straightforward. But we thought we'd take this first episode and give you a chance to know a little bit about us. I'm going to start. My name is Jodi Vickery. I am a proud spouse of a career retired soldier. My husband, Stephen, served in the Army for over 20 years. He could probably tell you the days, hours, and minutes of his service, but I'll just say over 20 years. During his active duty service, I had the great fortune to engage with various unit FRGs along the way and serve in a volunteer capacity at several duty stations. And then for the last 6 years, we made a difficult choice as a family to allow him to go on to other duty stations while the kids and I stayed put where we were grounded in church, in family, and in my professional endeavors. So the phrase geographic bachelor is not lost on me, and it's certainly not for the faint of heart, as he finished up his service in Oklahoma and then retired eventually out of Fort Knox, Kentucky. I would tell you that we have 2 amazing teenagers. Yes, teenagers. You might pray for me daily. They are active, as most teenagers are, in sports and other things, basketball, powerlifting, track, and more. As I thought about the podcast today, Tom, I thought, well, I should also share some hobbies and interests.
No.
But it really boils down to travel ball and paying for travel ball have become my hobbies. I've been blessed in my professional life to work closely in support of military families and the military community for the better part of 25 years, mostly through the banking and the finance industry. I'm happy to be able to share a little bit of myself with you, our audience, as we get to know each other in the coming weeks and months, and more importantly, as we start to share how we collectively have navigated this thing called military life in coming episodes. And with that, Tom, why don't you share a little bit about yourself, and I'm going to take notes to see what new things I learned today.
Well, you're a tough act to follow, as always. You know, they always say to know you is to love you, but I'm not sure I can guarantee that after I tell you who I am. But I've been in the banking business for 34 years, including 6 years working for Walmart Financial Services in Bentonville, Arkansas. Most of my banking career was in the Sunshine State of Florida, which a
little warmer.
A little bit. But, you know, yesterday was pretty nice around here. For the past 15 years, I've worked for Dickinson Financial Corporation, Armed Forces Bank. This part of my career has probably been the most rewarding for me. While I may not have served in the military life like your husband, Jodi, or come from a military family, I've served the military community every single day that I put on my Armed Forces Bank badge and my monogram shirt. I get to be involved in the recruiting, hiring, training, marketing, business development, military relations, strategy, product development, and we like to call the people betterment business over here, and then community outreach. So it's very rewarding. It's a perfect job, and I don't think I could have scripted it any better over the years.
No, you do it well.
Thank you. They do say if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. And so you've never worked a day in your life, Jodi.
I haven't.
That saying is dedicated to my two beautiful daughters. I'll give a shout out to Emily and Riley, who are both very successful on their own paths down there in Florida. Emily is a biology teacher at her alma mater high school, and Riley is just about to graduate from Florida Gulf Coast University with a major in social services. Do you remember when Florida Gulf Coast made it in the NCAA tournament? Back in 2013, they made it pretty far.
Cinderella story.
They were.
Nice.
They were the St. Peters of 2022.
Got it. How'd that end up?
Let me keep going. My wife, Paige, and I have been married for nearly 28 years. She wrote the book on being the perfect wife, mother, daughter, aunt, and sibling. She's the rock of our family, and I appreciate her so much. And my hobbies, do you really want to know? I can tell you about the 2 times I tried to get in the Guinness Book of World Records, but I don't know if that's appropriate.
I was going to ask if it's appropriate for a podcast.
It
Maybe
is.
a different podcast.
Different one. Okay.
Different podcast.
But I love movies, love music, love sports. I play Wordle, Hurdle, I play Wordle, Hurdle.
All the Erdles.
And Global. By the way, what's your favorite military movie? When I go back to movie, because I could talk about movies all day long.
Yeah. I'm thinking, I'm kind of from the Top Gun era. Maybe Officer and a Gentleman.
Love that one.
Yeah.
Saw that with my grandmother. And
Both have a good love story.
I do. I'm going to go with Stripes and probably Saving Private Ryan.
Yes. We'll have to reenact Stripes at the end. Well, I'd like to say what else you can expect from the show after that. So I did learn a couple new things about you, Tom. But for purposes of the podcast, we will talk with experts in personal finance and the military community about all kinds of topics. One example would be navigating the waters of a VA loan and a home purchase. Those usually come on the heels of being told that you have a PCS move in front of you, maybe with or without a lot of notice, and how you can find military-focused resources that speak our language to help with that process. So you can expect to hear strategies to help you get ahead when it comes to things like military benefits, organizations that are great to know, ones that we think are like-minded in their support of you, the military community, and military lifestyle milestones and tips to make the most of them.
Well, we're not talking directly with our listeners out there, and we've got many listeners out there, Jodi. I just checked in this morning, and we certainly want to interact with them in some way, and I think this is the way we can do it. Remember, we talked about in our teaser not too long ago that the Military Minute is coming. Do you remember what the Military Minute is?
I think I do.
I
I'm
don't.
very excited about this.
But let's talk about interaction, okay? So we're going to introduce the segment of this show called the Military Minute, and what is that? Here's the idea. We throw out a military item of interest. We'll throw out military pop culture, maybe some trivia, maybe some military jargon, maybe some bank jargon, or some current events. We discuss here and on our Facebook and Instagram accounts. But we don't give you the correct answer until next time on the show.
That's very suspenseful.
Which means you have to come back, don't you, Jodi?
I do.
It may even come from this episode's conversation. Or it could come from a future conversation with one of our guest speakers.
It could be from all the information you shared about you.
Let's not go there. This is where it gets fun. If you know the answer, share it on the comment of this episode's social media post. And you, get this, Jodi, plus a charity of your choice could each win $50. So $50 for the winner, $50 for a nonprofit or a charity of his or her choice, whoever wins.
Well, I might have to play along.
You're not eligible. Our topics could cover military acronyms, jargon, military trivia, current events, financial services, notable military members. And I think this week we're going to kick off. This is kind of history in the making, isn't it? This is our first.
It's the inaugural Military Minute.
Should we have a Military Minute theme song? Or should we
I
just
don't know.
go?
Maybe just a drum roll. Can you do that? All right. So for this week's Military Minute, the first one, there is only ever going to be one first. Who was the radio DJ that inspired Robin Williams' character in the movie Good Morning Vietnam?
Ooh.
I almost wanted to say, Good Morning Vietnam, but I didn't.
And our audience is thrilled that you said that.
Yes. Yeah.
now-
Everybody thought it.
But now we have to pay them.
Yes.
Because you said it.
Yes. So remember the question, and you know what to do. If you paid attention to Tom, watch for our Instagram and Facebook post announcing the release of this episode, and be sure to like, share, and comment your answer to this week's Military Minute. Once again, who was the DJ that inspired Robin Williams' character in the movie Good Morning Vietnam? And stay tuned to the next episode to figure out who won the first Military Minute.
That's awesome. Did you come up with that question?
Maybe.
All right.
Do you know the answer?
I
Don't
do not.
say it.
Okay. Robin, no.
No, wrong
okay.
answer.
All right, that's a wrap, Jodi. Our first episode is in the books, introducing ourselves to our audience, talking a little bit about the format of the show and what to expect going forward, and we're looking forward to the next episodes down the road. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and watch for your chance to comment your answer to today's Military Minute. If you enjoyed today's episode, find us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and follow the show. Also, make sure to rate us. Leave us a comment on your favorite podcast platform.
We look forward to hearing from them.
Copyright 2022 Armed Forces Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All non-Armed Forces Bank owned apps, websites, company names, and product names are trademarks or registered trademarks of their respective owners. Their mention does not imply any affiliation with or endorsement by Armed Forces Bank of them or their products and services. They are merely used as examples of the many available apps, companies, and websites that offer similar services. Before using any app or website, you should carefully review the terms of use, data collection, and privacy policy. Apps may have an initial cost or in-application purchase features. This information is general in nature and is not intended to be legal, tax, or financial advice. Although Armed Forces Bank believes this information to be accurate, it cannot ensure that it could change. Statements or opinions of individuals referenced herein are their own, not Armed Forces Bank. Consult an appropriate professional concerning your specific situation and respective governing bodies for applicable laws, such as IRS.gov for current tax law. Armed Forces Bank, the Armed Forces Bank logo, and the Militarily Speaking logo are registered trademarks of Armed Forces Bank.